All right, so in the initial lectures, we talked about the financial statements. And we said that the financial statements are the statement which shows the financial performance and the financial position of the company. So we talked about the financial statement. We talked about the statement of the profit or loss, which includes the revenue, the cost of sales, the gross profit, and then we have the expenses, and then we have the operating profit. Then we talked about the statement of the financial position, which includes the assets and the liabilities and the capital. And then the equity section is in the statement of the changes in equity. And then we discussed the fourth one, which was the statement of the cash flow, which includes the cash flows, the cash inflows and cash outflows. And then the last was the notes to the financial statements. Now the question is that when you have the statement of the profit or loss, where you can see the profitability of the company, why you need to see the cash flow itself? Like when you have the statement of the profit or loss, so in the statement of the profit or loss, you have the profit for the year. Profit for the year. So why you still need the statement of the cash flow? Can we say that this profit, which is calculated from the statement of the profit or loss, represents the cash? So the answer is no. This profit for the year, which is calculated from the statement of the profit or loss, is not the cash flow. Why is that? Because in the calculation of this profits, there are two things. First of all, we have the non-cash items. Non-cash items within the calculation of this profit. For example, what are those non-cash items? For example, we have the depreciation. Like we have included depreciation as an expense within the statement of profit or loss, but there is no outflow against this expense. Similarly, we have the amortization of the intangible assets. Again, this is an expense which is recorded, but there was no outflow against this expense. Similarly, we have the provisions. Now, the provision was, when the outflow is probable. So when the outflow was probable and the outflow is not yet taken place, but you have recorded the provision as an expense and the liability. So again, this is a non-cash items. Similarly, we have the profit or loss on disposal, which is the difference between the carrying value and the fair value, carrying value and the proceeds. So you see that there are the non-cash items included within the profit in the statement of the profit or loss. That is why we cannot say that this profit is cash. Now, the second thing is that this profit includes the items on the accruals basis. Now, we know this accruals basis that income and expense should be recorded in the period to which they relate, irrespective of the cash being paid or received. Now, for example, you talk about the investment income. Now, you have recorded the investment income within the statement of profit or loss, irrespective of whether it is received, because we know the principle of the accrual is that when you earn it, you record it. Whether or not it is received, you still record it. So you have recorded the investment income even if it is not received, so your profit does not represent the cash. Similarly, you talk about the finance cost. Now, the finance cost is the expense, the interest expense, sorry. The interest expense, you have recorded again on the accrual basis, and it is not yet paid, but you still have recorded it because of the accruals concept. So within the calculation of the profit, there are two things. The first thing is the non-cash items included within the statement of the profit or loss. And there's no outflow against those non-cash items, non-cash expenses, you can say. And then you talked about the accrual basis, where income and expenses is recorded on the basis of the period to which they belongs, irrespective of the cash being paid or received. So we cannot say that this profit represents the cash. So that is why there is a need to prepare the statement of the cash flow. And now, when you talk about a business, when you talk about the business. So business has many activities, but there are three main activities. So we have the operating activities, which are the day-to-day activities. And then we have the investing activities, which are, the acquisitions and the disposals. And then we have the third one, which is the financing activities, which includes, the financing, issuance of shares, and then issuance of loans, repayment of loans, dividends, financing activities. So business needs to know the cash flow from all of these three activities: operating activities, which is the day-to-day activity, and then investing, which includes the acquisitions and disposals, and then the financing activities, which is related to the raising of finance, whether from the equity or the debt. So business needs to know the cash inflows and outflows from all these three activities. They need to know, okay, what the cash flow is coming from the day-to-day activities, what cash flow is coming from the investing activities, and what cash flow is coming from the financing activities. So when you prepare the statement of the cash flow, there will be three activities within the statement of the cash flows: cash flow from operating activities, cash flow from investing activities, and then cash flow from financing activities. Now, to prepare the statement of the cash flows, we have two methods. The first one is the detailed method of the standard, which is known as the indirect method. And this is the detailed method, which we are going to study. And then there is a summarized short form of the cash flow, which is known as the direct method. So these are the two methods that we are going to study within the statement of the cash flows.